What's up, internet? Hey, I want to show you this really cool knife kit from Pathfinder Knife Shop that came in the Mission 22 BattlBox. This knife is really cool because you get to put it together yourself. So I'm going to show you guys really quick what you need, basics, what you need to put this together. If you've got more at your disposal, obviously use that, but this is just basic stuff that really anybody can pick up at a convenience store sometimes. I mean, even this little file here. So basic items. If you want to up it from there, go right ahead if you have that stuff, those things. But really cool knife here from Dave Canterbury at Pathfinder School, the Pathfinder Knife Shop. Has everything you need minus the tools you need. It's got the handle and the pins and the knife itself, which is a really nice blade. Already sharpened to an extent. You might have to just take a little edge off, which I'll show you a little bit later. But we're going to put this thing together. I'm going to show you how to do it real quick and the things that you need to do it. It's coming on with me as I readjust. Alright, so outside of the parts from the kit itself, these are the basic things you need. You can go, like I said, further if you want, but these are basics that you need to put this together. Alright, I just got some hand soap here. You can use degreaser or whatever, but a little bit of soap, dish detergent, anything like that to kind of help clean off the oils that are on the knife. A couple clamps, any clamp will do. These right here are relatively inexpensive, easy to use, and work well. So a couple clamps, file. Alright, go over that. Use. Got a little small file here. You really don't need this if you don't have one, because that'll do as well, but I'll show you what I'm going to use that for. Some tape, some regular painter's tape, masking tape, anything like that. Tape that's easily peeled off. A little sanding block. Some sandpaper strips. A little piece of thick paper, cardboard paper, or something to make like a little sheath to protect yourself from cutting yourself once you get along in the process. Some shop rags. Some oil to finish off your handle if you want to. I kind of like this dark walnut color. I think it'll look cool. And Gorilla Glue. Good old Harambe glue. Works great. Gorilla Glue is pretty freaking slick stuff, man. Works really good, so that's what we're going to use. And I think that is it. Alright, so first thing I want to do here is I want to clean off some of the oil that's on this blade here, on the knife here, and clean that up. Get that oil off. And some of you might be thinking, man, won't you use a degreaser? Won't you? Well, I could. Got some right over there. But I don't want to. Nah, this actually works really good. Alright, so got the oil off of there. And now, I just want to rough up the inside of the handle here with my sanding block. Go a little bit coarser with this belt for a belt sander. Works pretty good. Rough those up. What I want to do real quick, I want to test fit this. I want to kind of make sure that everything's lined up pretty good. So we're going to test fit it. Also, you want to sand your pins down some. Rough them up because they're going to get glued too. So I'm just roughing them up. Nothing special or scientific to it. Just kind of rotating them, getting them roughed up. Let's test fit these bad boys, eh? Why don't we? Why don't we test fit them over here? Stick the pin in there. Push them down. Oh yeah. So you can see the pin is sticking through. They're tight, but they're not super tight. I mean, you can push them. So if yours are a little too tight, you may want to take a drill bit and just very, very lightly take away a little bit of material. Just remember, you can't put material back, so be careful how much you take out. I'm going to rough up the metal a little bit. Clean that up a little bit, roughed it up. I didn't get it perfect. Got it pretty good though. Alright. So now, Gorilla Glue time. Now, with Gorilla Glue, it takes very little, okay, because the stuff expands. And it helps to have a little bit of moisture, at least on one side of your material. So, I got me some water here that I'm drinking, right? I'm just going to very, very lightly just dampen this rag and apply it to the wood. Alright. A little bit of moisture really makes Gorilla Glue work well, okay? So now the Gorilla Glue. It does not take a lot, okay? Just a little bit. A little dab right there. I'm gonna put me another little dab right here. Use my finger and spread it out. So that's all you really need. Alright, very light. Very light. Because this stuff expands. It's going to expand to create that bond. And if you use a lot, you're going to have a freaking mess. I promise you. Alright. I'm going to do the same on each side of the knife and on the dowels. Okay. So dab a do you. Careful not to cut yourself. Alright, so I got Gorilla Glue on each side of the knife and on, let me set this on here, and on the wood, okay? I'm gonna put a little bit on my pins. I'm gonna go ahead and set this pin in. I've already got enough on my fingers for this pin, I believe. Go ahead and slide that pin in. Alright, so put it together. Like so. I'll let my pins stick out a little bit on each side. So we're going to file those down. Alright, now it's time for your clamps. I'm going to put one up close to the front of the blade there. And I'm going to put this one about 2/3 of the way down the middle, like so. Just let it set. Give it a couple hours and we'll come back. Alright. I'm going to take the clamps off. And it's bonded pretty good. Now it could take, 24 hours for it to completely be bonded, but it's been about 3.5 to 4 hours. So it's plenty good to go ahead and finish it off and then let it continue to cure. It's not really going to expand anymore after a few hours. So you can see a little bit of the glue there. Now if you use too much glue, it'd be a lot of material expanded out, and you'd have to cut that off with a knife. Ain't a big deal, but it makes a bit of a mess. So you can see I got a little bit. It'll focus a little bit of material, the expansion coming out, and it's not a lot. So same on this side here. So if you do have a lot, you can just take a knife, pocket knife, and cut that off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my file. I'm going to file these down fairly flush on each side. And what I could have done to start with, and I believe Dave did in his video, was go ahead and try to clean up the edges of this. But I'm just going to let my sandpaper take care of that when I get to that point. So I could have trimmed up this area here because that's going to be a little difficult to get, but we'll be all right. Okay. To each their own. There's several ways you can do this, and I'm just going to show you a basic way of doing it. So we'll file these down. Take this file here and just simply file away at that brass piece right there until it's good and flush. Alright, so there's one pretty much down, and I'm not worried about, I don't reckon you should be either, don't be worried about getting onto your handle that much with your file, because you're going to sand this down and round this off and get this how you want for your hand anyway. So you're going to be removing some material of that anyway, so don't freak out that you're scratching up or getting into that at all. So now time for the other side. Yeah, it's good. All right, last one. So I got the brass pins filed down, and now I'm going to sand the handle and work on these areas here. My camera messed up and I'm having to reshoot that. As you can see, I've already sanded a little bit here. So what I did was, when I was filming earlier and didn't know that my camera was screwing up, I took the piece of paper, cardboard paper I had, folded it up so I could make a sheath, as you can see here. And you can use a clamp on your bench to hold down like so that you can sand sand away at your handle. I'm sorry, my mouth is dry. But I'm actually gonna go put this in a vise just to make a little bit quicker work of it and get on with the video. So you can make that with your tape and the piece of cardboard paper so that you can grip and not worry about cutting yourself, because although this isn't sharpened to a fine, a final edge, it is very sharp. There's just a little bit of a wire edge on it, and that's what I've got this little rasp here for, just to take that edge off. But we're gonna head over to the vise and shape this handle up and clean it up. I got the knife in the vise. I've taken the belt here, the belt sander, little belt here, and broke it so that I can do it such as this. So this right here is going to help take the edges off and give some shape to my handle here. Not bad at all. So as you can see, I smoothed this out, and I kind of like the way it feels right there. Got a little bit I got to take off right there, but other than that, we're ready to put some oil on it. There's plenty of oils out there and finishes that you can use, obviously. And as I said earlier in the video, I like this dark walnut here. So take our our oil here, get it in the rag there, and put it on. Don't take much. Just gonna rub that into that wood real good. Let that soak in and keep applying until it really just don't take it anymore. It'll soak in there. Eventually it won't be able to take any more of that oil. But man, isn't that a pretty look there? So I think it's awesome, man. I mean, you got you a nice little knife here that you put together, that you can hand down to your kids, Paul's knife. Very cool. So yeah, it'll lighten up, add a little bit more oil until it just don't really take it anymore, and then good to go. So as far as your blade, you can finish that many different ways. Obviously you can polish it up, on a wheel, get it all cleaned up nice. But as far as the edge, it's already got a pretty good edge on it. It's got a little bit of a burr or a wire edge on it. So I just got this little rasp here, and that's really all it's taking. I mean, it's what Dave said in his DVD that came with the knife in the BattlBox, the Mission 22 BattlBox, was this was really all he did, and he's right. It's just got this real fine wire edge, and it's nice and short now. So there you go, Pathfinder knife shop knife making kit that came in Mission 22 of BattlBox. Very cool. So I'll have links down below to the Pathfinder School, and also or Dave Canterbury Pathfinder School and BattlBox. So hope you guys like the video, and if you have one of these kits in your mission, make a video, put it together, let me see it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Peace out, Cub Scouts.